They rotate this Prana Shakti around this in the spine in a spiralic pathway. This again is in accordance with the law of thermodynamics that we spoke about. The central column of consciousness called Sushumna is again rotated around in the central column of the Sushumna. The I being, this is rotated. Now what are we here doing? In the central column of the Sushumna, we are requesting the consciousness to ascend into the evolutionary process and descend into the involutionary process. Now, are we trying to expand it to the next level or not? I think you understand. So why it should be rotated around using the thermodynamics principle? The same principle we use it here. You are understanding? So the 22, as long as you spin, the centripetal force and the centrifugal force do exist. Now with this spin, what happens? The one force, what it does, it draws the periphery, the energy at the periphery to the center, and one force, the centripetal, takes the energy from the center to the periphery. Now both forces do exist for the circle to maintain its own circular spherical movement. Yes or no? Now, as this movement, as this force do exist and as it's moving within our own system, what happens is, we need the involutionary force, and to protect this involutionary force to totally collapse, there has to be a centripetal, an evolutionary force which will balance it. You accept it? In the same fashion, if at all the mind's process, if it is rotating, the centripetal and the centrifugal force are at a very peak. The more faster the circle rotates, the higher the centripetal and centrifugal forces. The more higher the centripetal and centrifugal forces, the lower the spiralic conversation we have. Because high spiralic path can only be obtained by a little imbalance in the centripetal centrifugal force. Spiralic path cannot be attained at a perfect balance of centripetal centrifugal forces, because at a perfect balance only sphere forms. Now why do we need a spiral is the question. In the great yoga, the Mahaguru's yoga, Kriya Yoga, or in this yoga, why do we spiral? Because of law of thermodynamics, to personally magnetize our own I am, the mind, to restart this consciousness. Understood. But why spiral is a question. Even in physics, we actually take a magnet and spirally rotate. Why spiral? There no physics student asks. Take a copper wire, make it straight. Don't even spiral it. It is the easiest.
Don't get magnetized.
Oh, why then spiral only it get magnetized? It told you, I will only get magnetized in spiral. It did call you. What is the phone number? No. So my point is, it's not about easy. Easy, straight line is the easiest. If at all scientists had to go for easy, then they would keep it straight. You will think and come tomorrow. Oh, then you are not a physics. See, I am also. I am not a young kid. I studied medicine. And I stopped studying, the day I got medical seat, I stopped studying physics. So, now the point is, if at all you have studied it and you have forgot it, what is the point in studying it? Everybody. If you have studied it and if you have forgot it, then what is the point of studying it? Better don't study. It's actually, waste of time. So, if at all you have studied it, you remember it forever. That's it. Or else don't study it. If you cultivate that attitude and remember whatever you study forever, then you will apply 90% of whatever you study in life. So, that is the reason why I say I only 100% remember whatever I studied. Only 100%. The rest I forgot. Meditate only 24 hours a day, 365 days in a year. The rest of the days, rest. That is how people should be there. Then India gets awakened. Then, this Mother India will have roaring lions beaming towards or marching towards the glory of its olden days. Then is the day where we'll have. Okay, anyways, I got depressed with the idea that nobody really got it out why spirally it should go. Not you alone, nobody is getting that idea. Anyways, in spirituality, I will tell, forget about physics. In spirituality, what happens is, the circle, the life and death, for example, in the consciousness, the circle is always a circle with its own balanced forces. As long as a circle is in its own balanced forces, it has no capacity to induct, because the plus or the inward force and the outward force is balanced. Always the center is at the periphery, is at the center, and the force is towards the periphery. So the charge which is collected at the center always gets pushed to the periphery. In the spiral, what happens? With every spiral, there is a circle because of the forces, but with every circle there is an ascent. So it rises up, and what it keeps a unidirectional flow. If at all I have a circle, then what happens? The energy here is rotating, and I keep it rotating at a static single uniplanar fashion. But I keep it at a spiral, then the circle there is a twist. As there is a twist, there magnetism gets created. Because you take a hot molten material, and as there is movement, because of the heat and because of the movement, this magnetism is created, not because of just heat. The dynamics has to be there for the thermo, so that it induces or inducts. If there is no dynamics of induction, if there is no dynamics, there is no induction. I think you understand my intention. So there has to be dynamics. So in the Sushumna also, we have this circular movement where you all move in the path of life and death in a circular fashion, but the consciousness rotates in circles. So we move in the cycles of life and death. But we again make circles with a slight tilt, so that with every circle we have an ascension. As we have an ascension, we reach the peak of it, where we have the merge of both concurrent forces. Then we reach the level of Jivatma. I think you understood. And still maintain the propulsion at the end, this Jivatma also ascends up to the Paramatma level. That is the reason why Jivan Mukti status they attain. That is the reason why they say even Atmas in the higher dimensions, the divine Yaksha, Kinnara, Kimpurushas also, they also, if they are better than humans, they say, okay, they are better than humans. But they always seek human body to uplift their spiritual level. Why do they want spiritual body to uplift their spiritual level? Can't they rest in their own place and do their sadhana? We can ask it out. If you see in Puranas, they say everybody wants a human body. Human body is so precious. Why human body is so precious? Because it was designed in a perfect fashion with all natural laws put together, and because this body is most conducive for a proper twist in the spinal conscious system, not spinal cord, conscious system of the spine, which if done properly, you push it from down, you raise it up. You twist it from down, you have a churning, then you have an ascent. To keep the ascent into the higher stage, you again push it from down, you have an higher ascent.